Hello there, good evening. Today I'm going to talk about just a few basic facts about Stahlhelms. In the collecting world, there were three different types: the M35, the M40, M42, and a very rare 1945 variant that didn't have vent holes. I've never seen one for sale, but they do exist. But anyway, part of what I wanted to talk about was the my philosophy that I think people should know how to build a helmet if they're going to be collecting them. And I prefer to use as original parts as I can, because there are a lot of shells out there. And if you can get a hold of an original liner and original split pins and washers, then you should give it a go. I mean, it's not really going to do it any harm. It's a bit of a painstaking process, but it's not that hard. Anyway, this is a Quist, a Quist 66 helmet, as you can see. This one I got on eBay. I would not recommend you go there to get one. It is the worst place to buy helmets, in my opinion. This one I believe was treated, because although it's rock solid, you can see these dimples here, right? Those shouldn't be there, unless it had suffered some form of rust, which it did, because you can see that on the inside. There's a bit of rust. And when I got it, I could have swore it had kind of a chemically warmth to it. That is, it's dissipated. I bought it about a year ago. But it was, a factor. Anyway, building a helmet that looks plausible, I'm not saying cheating, but building one that looks plausible is actually more difficult than you would think, because getting the right components together is not as easy as it sounds, unless you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is washer. This little guy here, and the split pin. Now, I paid quite a bit considering for both of these things. I mean, the guy who I bought them off probably found a box full of this stuff. However, he probably earned it because he has to live in a crummy country called Latvia. So, I was willing to pay for it. I didn't even know what my liner pins were going to look like, but anyway, they would go through this hole here, same on the other side, and one on the back. But I want to show you something. You would go through here like this, and it would look like that. Now, to the untrained eye, or someone who just doesn't collect helmets, that would look normal. But if you take a closer look, you can tell that that is not the original split pin for this helmet. It's an original split pin, and the helmet is original, but they're not the same. You can tell by the patina. Although they were the same color at one point, one aged differently than the other. So it doesn't quite look right, but you're not going to have that option. Plus they make different types of split pins, so just try to go with it. This is just for fun on my part anyway. But what you also need is a liner that has leather and a liner band. Now the thing is, the liner band, let's see, Berlin 1938, so that would be appropriate for this helmet as it's an M40. There's the size, 66 or 59. And the circle, which is on the other side, that always goes to the back, this, and it goes in like that. Or, no, the other way around. Different for a second. The only thing is, although I believe the liner band is original, I do have my questions about the liner itself. It's very stiff, and where is it now? Can I show you it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that number there should not be visible on a helmet liner that's this color. But as you can see, it's a very stiff liner. Now, I don't know what natural elements could cause that, as far as maybe it was left out in the dry sun. I have no idea. I don't think so, though. More than likely, this was coated with a leather aging substance, like rubbing alcohol, probably most likely, because rubbing alcohol dries it out. Like, I was told this is pliable. I would not consider this pliable. I'll show you a liner that is pliable, and this is what liners usually should look like. Look at that. Like, this is a good liner, original. I bought it as an original. I paid a great price for it. This is a 35 model. You'll also notice that it actually has its chin strap in its entirety. And these things are even harder to find and even more expensive. They're typically not very long. I don't even know how these guys were able to wear them, but they're just not long at all. Usually, anyway. I've seen ones that are long and were suspect, but anyway. I'm not going to show you in depth about that helmet because that one has a decal on it, and I have another helmet I'm going to show you that has a decal on it, and decals usually have swastikas on it, and I don't want to put that on my channel right now. This one has, some people would say that's a ghost decal, like a decal that, you know, is mostly gone but not entirely gone. I don't think so. I think it was just whatever it is, a little bit of paint here and that was it. But some people would say, oh, that looks a bit like a bird's head there, and maybe a little bit of a swastika, but I don't think it is. I think it's nothing. However, this helmet did have a decal at one point. There is a handbook out there that has what batch numbers had decals and which ones were what units and all that sort of stuff. But it's a deeply flawed handbook, so I wouldn't entirely trust it. But as this is an M40, most M40s did have a decal, and I would call it a former decal helmet. It's the same with the double decals and the M35s, like the one I just showed you. This one, oops, was a former double decal. The other one got scratched off as per the orders in 1941, but the Luftwaffe eagle on that one remains mostly there anyway. Yeah, you want to get the right size of helmet too. That's also a factor. M40s are just hard to come by in the first place, but 66 is the number. I mean, yes, try to go for a 68, but I've rarely seen them on sale or someone selling them. 66 is the usual number. A more common number, actually, and I have no idea how anyone fit this one, is a 62. This is a Luftwaffe helmet, and I'm not going to show you the rest of it because it has a swastika on the front, along with the wings of an angel. But this one is more than likely never issued, because this doesn't look like it was ever worn for any significant amount of time, and it's just overall in general really good shape. The decal's like 99%, so I really don't think that one was ever used. Yeah, so 62s, you know, that means it was a smaller person wearing it. I guess that just adds to the evilness of the Germans, and well, a lot of people associate that with Nazism, and it's like, that's actually an unfair statement for the particular reason that German soldiers were not all Nazis. It would be the same as saying that all Canadians are liberals because there's a liberal government. You know, it's not the same thing. They were conscripts mostly, so they got thrown into the army. And, you know, it was only political leaders that were Nazis. Whereas soldiers were Wehrmacht soldiers. So unless they were part of some special detachment, that's what they were. They were soldiers. So that's not the same thing. A lot of people get that confused. And I wanted to clear that up. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun building helmets, but you do have to understand the limitations, and it's actually a lot more difficult to practice unless, like I said, you're in the right place, right time. Anyway, so I like this helmet. Paid just a wee bit too much for it, and same with the washer and the split pin and the liner. Like, this stuff is getting more expensive all the time. So, you know, if you got the opportunity, go for it now. Don't wait. It'll only get more expensive. Anyway, talk to you people later. Have a good one.